round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Cowboys and the reigning NFC champs, and it comes your way next.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. He will find Davis. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They go play action here on first. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the 2nd round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Going for it all. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
That's caught. It's Cunningham. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On second down, Streets. And look at this, for the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls.
And his first carry, he loses the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is going to be 49er football. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got it. This is Ware. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a first and goal. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. So problems there on the return. Very costly. Not what you need when you've just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field and getting that score back.
Flushed out right. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. On to give, it's Adams. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Well, we know it's a tough mission for this defense to hold them to a field goal after that long kick return, but they're one play away from doing it.
They certainly are very close to accomplishing what they needed to get done, because
to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. They'll go to Adams, try to pound it in. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Out to the right, this one pulled in by Streets. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Now starts. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw here. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch. Yeah,
they've really been targeting the tight end. Now a throw here to his running back. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Back to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And his kick is right there. It's good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got the hook up with Diggs. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Now the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. And that'll set them back 5. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. So we come upon halftime here, and due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger.
He's got it with the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. Point after try forthcoming. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. No those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll set up a throw. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 46 yards. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
It's their quarterback with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
But if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the 49ers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point forthcoming. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And some room to work. And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 34. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
3 yards the game there, 2nd down. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up
4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. They start on the ground with Adams. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning.
Touchdown, 49ers! A great effort there. 53 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
2nd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for...
And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. They'll look to throw here. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. That's taken it around the 40.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Cowboys have recovered. The
defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
That catch good for only a couple. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis. And he's brought down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, Charles, what a rookie season he had, catching the football over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year one.
They'll look to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll set up to throw. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one as a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Going deep for Diggs. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
up to kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And this will be caught. We'll forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check, got that done.